The neighbor islands are finally seeing economic recovery. So which neighbor island is seeing the biggest gains and which one is lagging behind? Those questions are answered in a new report this morning by the University of Hawaii Economic Research Organization. And joining us right now is Executive Director Dr. Carl Bonham. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. So this county report is coming on the heels of your state report, and it shows some positive growth, right, for the counties?
That's right. Basically, we're seeing accelerating growth in 2012 and a little bit faster growth in 2013, and it's just becoming more widespread.
What about island by island? Which island is doing the best right now in terms of gains?
Well, we saw some really big differences last year with Kauai sort of booming in the visitor industry because of increased lift, and the Big Island really lagging behind because they lost the lift out of Japan after the earthquake. And this year, we're kind of expecting Kauai to keep growing. We've heard some announcements this week about additional lift from Alaska, and we're expecting the Big Island to recover those Japanese visitors. Right? If you look at the picture,
when you say lift, you mean visitor arrivals?
We're talking about airlift, right? So last year, we saw large increases in airline lift, number of seats being flown into Lihue, and we saw big losses on the Big Island. And Oahu is actually completely recovered in terms of the number of visitor days, and the other islands are kind of catching up. And then we also have big differences in construction and real estate. And
is that why the Big Island is still lagging, still struggling?
Yeah, both are really pretty weak. So last year on the Big Island, there was no growth in visitor spending. And statewide, the visitor spending was double digits. So there's a big disconnect there, and a large part of that was the Japanese visitor.
Let's talk about the housing industry and the neighbor islands. The counties were especially hard hit during the recession. So what is it looking like right now?
So during the boom period before the recession, they saw the most construction activity. The neighbor islands had much more construction activity than Oahu, and their home prices went up much more. So Oahu hasn't been hit as hard, and we haven't had as many foreclosures. Our home prices haven't fallen as much, and we're really beginning the next upward cycle. The other islands, the neighbor islands, have a little bit further to go. They've got more overhang, they've got more excess inventory, they've got more overhang from foreclosures. And so while there's some signs that things are starting to bottom out, they're more likely to sort of bounce along the bottom in terms of construction activity and home prices for the next year or so.
All right. I have to ask you about Facebook this morning because it's huge news worldwide. Do you like the new IPO?
Well, I'm not buying. Let's put it that way. I think I'll just follow.
Okay. Is that something you can click on Facebook? Just follow?
No, they should add that.
Okay.
They were having their hackathon this morning. They should add that.
All right. Maybe we'll send them an idea. And I know that the folks at UHERO have a Facebook page, so we'll definitely track you guys over there. Carl Bonham, thank you so much for joining us.